Ready? You go place. Good job. First I wanted to say sorry for missing a couple of updates. I didn't have COVID, but I don't know what I had. No fever, just coughing, sneezing like uncontrollably, and I just felt crummy the whole time. So I just was like down and out. These guys were doing all the fun stuff with her meanwhile, but now I'm back in action, and I want to make a good video for you guys. But I just want to show you, like, she's super chill. She's super happy here, and she loves us all. And I don't know who she loves more, but she just is having a good time. You can just show her when they can just listen to me. But the first thing in training is developing this dog's like ability to like want to learn, right? Georgia. Yes. That's my girl. Yes. Good girl, buddy. Okay. Good job. And week one is all about that, just like establishing how she is right now with us, right? So just like happy, motivated, all the basic concept understanding, right? We've even started working with the dog reactivity when she comes into my house.
Yeah.
Anyways, back on track. When she goes in my house, sit. Yes. When she goes to my house, I have a little dog named Frank and I have a little dog named Lily, and they have their crates and they're out in the living room with us. So when she came in, she saw them and she was like, "Rrr." And I basically was like, Georgia, no. And she kind of turned around and looked at me and I said, good girl. And I told her to come this way and she did. And basically the rest of the day, she didn't ever bother with them. She knew they were there. Once in a while, she'd go over there and want to look and everything else, but this kind of exposure at this point in their training is perfect, right? I'm not hoping to make all of that go away right now. I'm actually neutralizing her as best as I can to everything first, and then I'm going to make training there, right? But for this week, I just wanted to get into the basic stuff.
I
think she's okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. She did have to poop. And, we're good. Everything's good.
Yep.
She's good. She pooped. And we'll make the rest of the video. Yeah. Good, great. I forgot where I was. I think I was explaining about my dog Frank, right? And how she was in the house. And then yeah. So everything is good. And the rest of this video, I'm going to spend a little bit of time kind of just going over like what the first layer looks like and how that applies to you guys. There we go. And kind of like alongside of her, I want you to learn with her, right? So she's still getting used to that collar, but that's okay. She's a little dramatic, and I'm not offended by that. So the first things first, right? Right now, she has a good attitude about everything in life and all that, and she's just really energetic and and it could be hard to get her attention, right? Because she's so busy. And if we don't have her attention, then we're never going to be able to make more complex things happen. For example, like getting her attention when there's another dog around. So getting her attention in all circumstances becomes one of the keyest, one of the most important things that we need to establish with this dog, right? So at this time, I'm going to use food, but we're going to use a lot of different things along that too, right, to get this all accomplished. So she's good into something else right now. Georgia! Yes! Good girl. And what I want her to do when she comes to me is sit politely. I don't want her to bump into me. I don't want her to jump 10 feet in the air, which she can do, I found out. Key things to establish from that little example, okay? Because this is going to be a theme, right? When you're speaking to this dog and we want to get her attention off of something else, how you say her name becomes really, really important, right? So in a desperate situation, we often will become desperate ourselves, right? So we'll be like, Georgia, 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 Georgia. But in reality, that's it. And right now she's doing what we've been working on. It's when you hear your name, you need to come to me. That itself becomes a command, right? You need to bring your attention to me. You need to come to me. And we need to establish that something good is gonna happen when you come to me, right? That's a good girl. And at this time, this is how it needs to look. Babe, will you kind of just like this, get her attention? Georgia! Yeah! It was me that called just now. Good girl. Good job. Okay.
Wow.
Go on.
She's too smart. She's too smart.
Okay. Yes. And right now, like, the yes is the marker word that she understands. That lets her know her reward for listening is going to come. So for you, what you need to understand this week is like, okay, how do I engage with my dog and get her focused? I have to say her name in the same tone every time, so she understands that tone means they're calling me in that situation. So when things are going haywire and there's a lot of chaos because she sees another dog or something else that makes her excited, Georgia, yes, she can be sure that she's going to come and receive something that she values, right? That's the first establishment.
You have to build a whole bank of those.
Yeah, and we're working on building a giant bank of good memories associated with that, right?
So
The more,
here's her name.
yup, and the more we do this successfully and happily, the more chances of success when we actually need to use it out in the real world. Now, that's just the positive side of it, right? We're balanced trainers, so we use positive reinforcement and we use negative feedback to kind of help them understand what the true story here all is. At this time, she's been doing such a good job. She's been doing such a good job about responding. There was no room for me to make a negative reinforcement, right? She never did anything wrong there. However, if she did not come after I called her name, and she was just like ignoring me or blowing me off, Georgia. Yes, good girl. And if she does it successfully, we're gonna keep doing our promise. We're gonna say yes, and we're gonna give her her reward. Thank you. Essentially, I'm gonna use the go place now to kind of show you the corrections part of it. But this part is designed not as punishment, but it's feedback to the dog. So she understands, hey, I did something wrong. What should I do instead? That's a good girl. And when she realizes something is wrong, then she'll look at what was right and do the next thing that was right, okay? So we're gonna start this off right here. Georgia, come on. Ready? Go place. That's a good girl. Okay. When I say okay, that will let her off the place bed, okay? So, Georgia, go place. That's a good place. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Okay. Nice. And as you can see, we're gonna extend the time that she's on there. Go place. Good place. And you can tell right there, like, she's showing a lot of understanding, right? Like, we're gonna build on duration and all this stuff. But right now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to exceed her threshold for how long she can be on there, just so I can demonstrate just a little bit of the correction that I'm talking about. Go place. Good girl. There you go. That was my first example of what a correction is, right? And I'm doing this in a very basic way so you guys totally understand what I'm talking about. When she got off, I never said, okay, go place. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Nice. Georgia, good place. Good place. So those are some corrections, right? It's communication that lets the dog know, I've done something they don't really like. Let me think, like, well, what did I just do that was right? Okay, I was on the place bed, right? So when she got off, my verbal is my first line of defense, if you want to call it that, right? Like, I have to communicate something isn't right. So I said the she responded and started heading back there. That's all I'm looking for. Now, if she was to blow my verbal command off, I'm holding a leash in my hand. Later on, I'll be holding an e-collar in my hand. But the pattern is the same, right? So if she was to come off and I said, and she didn't go back, I would simply use my leash to give her a small correction to let her know that was wrong, and then she would have to go back on her own, right? So if she's gonna make a mistake, then I can show an option, show it. But here we go. Go place. Go place. I don't know if you can see what I did with the leash. There's this like little tug action. It's not a pull, it's just a little bump. It's just a little bump to let her know like, hey, you did it wrong, It shouldn't make her freak out, it shouldn't cause her any pain, but it should communicate something isn't right. ultimately, once you've corrected a dog and they do the right thing, it gives me an opportunity to be like, yes, that's perfect. Overall, the whole experience ends in a positive way. Okay, good job, baby. And meanwhile, she learned how to be patient, she learned how to take a correction, and she learned that that whole process is pretty good and pretty fun. And as long as she keeps participating, it always ends in a positive way, right? And that's pretty much it, okay? So how we call her by her name really counts, but bothering you, man. Good job. That's how you can use your training to go through life. But pretty much, make sure you're saying her name the right way, in the right tone. Make sure that you give her ample opportunity to do it correctly, and when she does it correctly, you're marking it by saying yes and giving her her reward. A lot of times it's going to be pets, but there's going to be times where you're going to be like, yes, you deserve a piece of food for that, you know? She's super food motivated, so we're going to use that to our advantage, right? So that's the first set. The next thing is, if in that process she decides to ignore you, blow you off, or does not come to you, you use your leash, you use correction to show her like ignoring me is wrong. Ignoring me is wrong, and if you do the right thing, there's rewards. If you do the wrong thing, there's negative reinforcement. Go place. Place. Good. If you have any questions, which I hope you do, because then we can start our whole interaction here. Please let me know what the questions are. I'll make other videos for you, and or just message you back. But let me know, and thanks for watching. Okay.